I can imagine that I'm white because I'm used to play this by white side. We have a what? Rui Lopez on the board. Go Nepo. Set up here. Yeah, take a look of the match of daily chess if you're a fan of daily correspondence chess. Okay. Openings, if we click here, so the same like analyzes board, but it's still working probably. We can compare with the opening 3. B5. He's playing, yes. Okay. So this is a long theory until now. Okay, knight a5 when he's giving up e5. So we could say that this is drop many points daily. Okay, this is looks like losing a very important central pawn, but Beck is having compensation about. It's the same like if you're gonna play martial attack with early d5 though. So this is the old plan to open up these 2 monsters against kingside part and having enough compensation for. That's why all the time I'm trying to avoid martial attack and used to play h3, first used to play a4. Just don't wanna hold on c3 square by my pawn in a pretty early moment before black is pushing d6. This is the only one trick what I'm using in Rui Lopez to not go to martial attack. No, Berlin, yeah, Berlin gonna be pretty boring. But in this case, he sacrificed a pawn, and we can check out automatic. What's the evaluation here, for instance? It looks like playable move. It looks like serious prep for sure. Magnus will not just sacrifice just like this the pawn in the first game of the match, I believe. Winning bishop pair, but most of all, initiative. Most of all, initiative because of the bishop pair. Okay, knight a5. I'm dreaming for my single room one day. Silence. Okay, knight takes e5, knight takes b3, and done. Bishop pair, and this bishop pair soon will be pretty dangerous around against the kingside part, followed by d5. So it's exactly like martial attack. Pressure of g2 now, queen f3. So the question why Nepo didn't safety bring the knight? Why Nepo simple didn't bring the knight? What is the difference between? Maybe it's good to check out how many defending moves you see against the pawn. We totally cancel f3, of course. It's irregular move, definitely. But we have 2 possibilities like knight f3 and queen f3. Unrated, we're gonna have a tournament, Mr. Jingles, after 2 hours and a half. So if you don't go for rush decision to play with, you can enjoy playing 1 hour with us. So f4 or d4, yeah. Now, what is the difference between knight f3 and queen f3? I'm just curious to check out the game by engine, and I'm just curious to compare the game at the same time with the opening 3. So we can click on the opening 3, and I just find out 1 game by queen f3. It was a bishop d6. This is the game what I just find out. Bishop d2. Maybe that's their game or not. Yeah, that's their game. King f1. King f1. Oh no, this is the game. By the way, until now, checking out the opening 3, you can see that until move 13. This game is happening in another game too, the same position we've got it. The move in the game, this is the difference between. Now Nepo Guys, this is totally computer move. So engine is showing king f1 like candidate number 1 and showing little advantage for white side, and Nepo just used to play that. And this is the game in the other, this is the move in the other game, queen takes d5, simplification. Knight takes d5, king is opened, yeah, but if you can, not to protect the rook. But why? Rook is not really under attack. It protects the rook. This was the other game. I will repeat that this was the other game. So this is the moment where we can separate these two games. Nepo play king f1 in the games queen takes d5. King f1 protect the rook. I'm not sure if king f1 ever been in my mind, to be fair, guys. So if I never see this move in my life, I will probably never play king f1. Come on, you can keep the rook even by this way. Why you should play king f1? You have 100 other moves. Take, I don't know, knight c3 maybe. What else? Bishop d2. You have 100 other moves. Bishop f4 either. Why king f1? You have d4. So, I'm pretty sure that this is a computer move. How to explain you, I don't know, but I mean, not that he's cheating, he's just well prepared before the match until move 20 probably, yeah, that's his job. He's preparing, having probably several coaches to surprise Magnus or to go deeper to such situations, because this is very familiar to martial attack. And I'm pretty sure that this is part of his preparation. King f1, fb8, rook fb8. Only white is slightly better. Yeah, queen takes e5 was the other threat, yes. There we go. Bishop d2, c5. So, if white simplify, like trade off many pieces, let's say this knight for this bishop, this knight for this knight, probably could be winning for white because of extra pawn. What about the line queen e5, queen f3? Ah, you meant directly queen e5. Do you mean right now or chess championship? Do you mean right now or after bishop d6, king f1, Zledge? Anyway, let's check it right now. Queen takes e5. All right, quite interesting, but the other bishop is also hanging, no? So you're gonna be piece down though. No piece down, sorry, but simplifying. You're still pawn down, pawn down. And another pawn is coming because this is something like double attack. So let's check out different move order. First bishop d6, king f1, and now we can check out queen takes e5. Probably white should capture the bishop on b7, queen h2. Looks quite interesting. But every time when black is putting any rook on e5 and create this danger, actually we cover g2 very well, but we are ready to evacuate the king here, and bishop e3 will be a great barrier on the e file, so nothing to worry about. Yeah, we can check out different move to maybe to understand better king f1, to understand better the computer move. I'm still confident that this is a computer move. Yeah, so whatever he's doing, let's say rook here. No, now is white to move, yeah. So we should go home to feel safety. So if rook here threat the mate one more time, this is the best barrier. Just and evacuate the king. Very, very sneaky way. Okay, let's check out, for instance, in this moment, if white plays zero rotation and play knight c3. It's going to almost +4 for white in this case because of this pressure. We already talked about this line. So now, piece in the pocket, plus queen is under attack, plus rook is under attack. Terrible. So if we take back the queen, take back here, and bring back the rook, bring back the bishop. White is piece down. If we recapture the bishop, in this case, rook is just hanging. Let's check out, for instance, bishop d2. Queen takes e5 is still possible. Now let me see what is the difference between king f1 and bishop d2. What is having black now? Queen h2, king f1. So one of the differences, the key moment what we just had before, it was white's turn right now. So white was able to bring the queen back to f3 and save up the game by bishop e3. In this case, it's a black to move. Rook e8 and if bishop e3, genius move now. Why not queen takes b2? Because queen h2 guarantee a checkmate, guarantee forcing way to get an advantage. This is also quite interesting. Looks like white is having little counterattack. I'm pretty able to answer to your questions. I'm not sure if you look at the game so deep, so we can just add much more variations out of the analysis. I know you're watching live analysis, you're watching the engine, doesn't matter. But maybe today we can just look at the different point of the games. And trying to understand maybe some of the moves. Because guys, these guys are playing different kind of chess. You know this very well. And very often people just don't understand them. So it doesn't matter even if you're gonna watch out the engine, if we don't really explain why this is happening. You translated, but did you understand his analysis? Okay, now this counterattack is awesome of white. And if black capture here, for instance, we capture here, and white is still slightly better. Even knight is still not developed, but white is still slightly better. Why? Because simplify, get rid from mating net, probably threats any move like rook c1, and as much as more he bring more pieces to the queen side part, he will stay with the extra pawn on the board. Very easy explanation. That's why one more time, our final goal is to check out the difference between king f1 and bishop d2. Check here, rook e8. This is gonna be mating net. And our computer shows that g3 or g4 are the best response. But what about bishop e3? Catastrophic move, and I provoked the chat to find out why bishop e3 now is catastrophic move. Why white was provoked to play g3 or g4. And the only one difference to this position and position before was that in the position before we have already the queen on f3. And white was better about something like +1, and now is about +4 for black. Why? Why is +4 for black now? Impossible. I will try. I will try. Come on, chat. I'm waiting for you. If you are Nepo, how you should continue? Sorry, if you're Magnus here, an opponent develop this attacking, how you should continue this initiative. It's the other stuff. Oh, it's here. Champion. Queen h1 and queen no, this is blunder. No. Bishop rook plus squeezing rook. Bishop b4, I have 100 barrier. 100 covering your threat, Mr. Jingles. Queen b7 defense. G2, exactly, Captain. Check. Check is not that useful because after you evacuate your king, it's gonna be discover attack and you're not able to capture G2. Bishop f4. This f3, f takes c3, bishop g3. Wow, Hans Schenk is using his creativity. Wait a second, but why should I recapture by f pawn, Hans Schenk? Why not rook takes? For sure I'm gonna recapture by my rook. Hehe, c'est pas ta choix. Still didn't see the move, and it's a very simple one because I gave a huge hint. You got little before. Hehe, Hafu Nelson. Bonjour, how are you doing? Little difference with the position before. We take with the rook. Yeah, I meant hashtag variation was f takes and he got compensation after bishop g3. Totally agree with his line, but what about rook recapture? So probably I'm gonna recover. And even after rook takes e3, please don't forget about that your rook is hanging, so it's gonna be like puzzle battle, puzzle rush or whatever. You're gonna be back mated and just rook takes e3, gonna finish you. No, I don't like French. The fancy the language. We have, I told you before, we have someone of the family who is studying French language in the French gymnasium. Well. The captain is knowing every single language. Alright, guys, one more time. Listen to me. And I'm trying to give you a hint. So, little before, so if now it's white to move, queen f3 and white is having a valuation of +1. Why now is +4 for black? Come on. Okay, I'm gonna flip because it's a black to move now. Why it's +4 for black? Please share with me. This is maybe one of the most important moments to understand better king f1. So king f1 was something like prophylaxis move. You're French Canadian. Or you're Canadian French. One tempo and evaluation is jumping from Earth to the moon. How many people we have in the chat? Why nobody give me the answer? I become nervous. Positive vibrations follow me. Across 5,000 followings in Twitch. So happy. Thinking, oh, excuse me, this is not the game, just we see. Nobody has to 750. Wait, not to 750, we're searching for the potential move of Magnus. To 850 you meant. Knight h5, bishop c5. Bishop c5 will be deflection if I capture, but if I don't capture, probably I can simply connect rooks. Queen sec. No. It's not that huge sacrifice. It's not that genius move, you know? Queen h1, king e2, then rook e3. Here, boom, here. Check is quite interesting. But I was still recapturing, then your queen will be still under attack, and I'm still able to bring my queen back and develop on time. Knight h5 and f5. Too slow, captain. Too slow. I'll still be able one more time to go to queen f3. Just try to stop queen f3. I just gave you the answer before 10 minutes. Come on. try to block out, try to eliminate the queen of opponent, because the queen is the general defender. We just want to take g2. Don't you understand me? I'm sure you didn't see this position in other streams or analysis. That's why I'm giving to you something new. Yeah, see, 6, finally. Finally, someone understands me. So happy. Thank you, Haschenk. C6, of course, this connection between. Try to eliminate the general defender of the position, the general defender of the kingside part. So no more connection of g2. So now you just threat to check, capture g2, and the game is over. And if queen takes c6, any rook to c8. Not any rook to c8. Only rook a c8 is working, because if the other rook, this one's still gonna be under pressure. This one is covered by knight, so we just go here. There we go. The game is over. Revolution increased to +5 here. We can capture here, which is not totally winning. Now we go to Haschenk sacrifice. This is a huge difference between, because anyway, our next move gonna be here and guarantee checkmate. Easy. Very, very nice attacking could be. And maybe now you will start understanding not only about this position, but about the move order, what we try to talk about very often. Move order in the opening, middle game, and end game part. All this is important. No excuses, XX Steve. Steve, just Steve, yeah. There is no there is no checkmate. Here is a checkmate. I talk about limitation on the second rank, and queen h1 gonna be checkmate. I had the same. I had a huge meat. Before that, some kind of yogurt. Now I have coffee. I'm like you. But the difference is the engine in front of me. But behind this, I'm trying to use my creativity. You can flag. No! It's not the most important thing. The most important thing is to be a Mozart in chess. Creativity, beautiful tactics, combinations, blood positions. Everything gonna be hanging. You can sacrifice and enjoy and make fun with the game. This is the most important thing in chess. Okay. Believe me, you will not sleep. You will not sleep well if you're gonna win on time. But if you win by creativity and good combination, you're gonna sleep like baby. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you guys. Let's flip again and take the perspective of white side. Okay, no. So this was the game. Let's not go so much out of the game. King f1. That's why king f1. Yeah, sometimes online games could help you to open up your mind and you don't really care so much about the online rating. Let's say you focus more about OTB rating. That's the most important thing. Okay. Queen takes g5 by Nepo. He tried to simplify. He got extra pawn, and this is great. Brilliant, of course. Brilliant strategy. c5. So, there we go. Knight f3. Maybe not so precise.
Spac. Oh. Thanks for subscribing for 3 months.
Oh, X-Pac. Huge thanks, man. Huge thanks. Also, I can... Oh. The end of this month, I should organize myself about the simultaneous and think about when it has to be. It has to be on 25th or 24th. I think this King's Arena finish this upcoming week, or I have to check out. All right. So looks like knight f3 is not so precise, so we can check out what about knight c3. searching for a trade of the central knight. So why he should retreat? Right, lovely bishop, but if you trade off dark square bishop for the bishop or knight for any of those bishops, will be great. What is in my mind after knight c3? Let's think in advance. This is the most important thing, where people got lazy and they say, okay, I'm thinking. okay, I'm thinking. But what's mean that? How many moves in advance you're thinking about? So I can share with you my plan here. Is a knight takes here, followed by knight d7, and if I'm able to jump to b6. This is one of my plan. Pretty simple plan. The other plan of me could be, after eliminating the knight, I've got already a little bit more space for my dark square bishop. So I'm able to go to a5, I'm able to go to f4, and this will create additional threat of opponent's bishop. Alright, yes, for sure they have to come here, attacking us on c2, so there's only one move in front of us, rook ac1. That's why it's easy decision. When there is only one move, please don't spend a second, don't try to be clever, don't go for make confused opponent that you're thinking. If you have only one move, just do it, just do it. So, e4 studies or leeches. What shouldn't be separate? Well, I don't know, private? Public, you mean? I'm not sure. I just create by myself studies for my students in leeches, but I don't know about public, yeah. Okay. Grandmaster Serper. Who is Serper? So I figured out that now again I'm talking about the same perspective activity, a little bit organizing white pieces a little bit better. Rook e8. Rook e8. Maybe now he can go back. He can push f4. F4 will be also quite interesting. So guys, you can go to the double of the pawns, but the most important thing out of this, it's already, can we call it endgame? I think so. Too many pieces on the board, but we can call it probably rook endgame. So all what you need to take benefit out of this is extra pawn. Hold on the extra pawn to the last drop of your blood. So hold on the extra pawn if it's possible. So we have, knight is pretty flexible. We have even those maneuvers, control the center, flexibility, stay in the center, control the center. We have also a move like f4, for instance. And if he decides to kick us out, this is gonna be a weakness for sure. So we can go back. I'm talking about position like that. I'm gonna be still happy. I'm gonna be still happy. Because I still have good central moves, good simplification. White has extra pawn and eliminate bishop pair, but if black didn't do this, sometimes the question is what is the opponent doing, not so much what we're doing. So this is quite interesting actually. What could happen to everyone? White has extra pawn, but white has a little bit passivity because of bishop pair. Okay. This is not a game, so my preferences here could be knight c3 maybe. I'm agree totally with the engine. But I don't like also to play moves what are recommended only by engine. Now knight before of Magnus was quite interesting. Directly threat. So if you bring this rook here, then you lost the control of e-file though. And you prefer black, okay. We can play Simul, starting position this one. So after rook e8, now what is the black's plan? Maybe bishop e7, bishop f6, going to the biggest diagonal. bishop e7, bishop f6, and yeah. And if you decide to capture the knight, it's not going to be good, so good for you because of c2 backward pawn too. So followed by doubling the rooks, black could create problems. So this was the game though. We start improving the position of the knight somehow. Bishop e3, improve the position of the bishop. Anyway. Too slow to put the bishop on f6? No, in the other case it's not too slow because I told you, sometimes we have plenty of time to maneuver our bad placed pieces to the good squares, and we just didn't realize this. Knight e7 now, bishop f4. So, objectively, the first game, I'm not sure how many people prefer white or how many people prefer black here. Yeah, bishop f4, we can check out. Yeah, in the game was played bishop f4, totally. But now, looks like this rook endgame, after he protect a6, this rook endgame is totally even. Not like before. Before we had many pieces, even this knight could be on e4 and still any bishop on the board, but now this could be easy under attack, easy fixed later or something like that. Yeah, double pressure, triple pressure. Okay, so maybe we should go back a little bit more to check out where is the final mistake. So probably move like bishop f4 is not okay. Are there better possibility for white right now? Chat. Personally. Okay. Are there any better possibility? Probably bishop f4 is the most logical one because he tried to eliminate the bishop pair, but not the best one. Not the best one. Roasting clock is... Coffee finish. Come on, Chant. If you talk about me, I don't eat. I ate already. Maybe that's why I also delay. C4 pawn, knight d2, knight d4. Well, I think knight just was there a little before. Knight from f3, if you meant this. So he started maneuvering this. So maybe after A, alphabet, the next letter is B, if you don't know, guys. But for instance, maybe knight g3 could keep move like knight d4 possibility. Could keep the pawn structure. I mean, this is not really like f3 and f2. This is much better pawn structure. And now evolution is about +1, totally different. I hope so you understand my point. Why? Because these pawns now are connected and he's not even able to capture. You can organize the pieces later. So knight on g3, then it's much better. Let's check out this. And don't forget about that, after you eliminate my knight, this pawn is still under attack. So after the most logical rook c6, now you're not able to trade off so many pieces. This is the first benefit. And now after knight e4, you created this pressure, for instance. Come on there, boy, we didn't count b2, b3. And f3, f2, yes, is the same pawn structure. I just explained you that now also bishops are still on the board. And this bishop, instead of helping, he's blocking out his own pieces. And he's very important at the same time for the c5 protection. But the question is, what what will do Magnus in this case? His pieces are a little bit with tie hands in this case. F5, F4. Oh yeah, I'm waiting for this moment. So this rook capture is impossible. The other rook, I don't know. I can just move away the bishop. Here. Bishop against knight. This endgame, comparing to the endgame in the game, is +1. More than +1. Do you understand why this is +1? Okay, so hope so. Very ugly. I cannot look at it. Guys, I repeat that in the game we have the same pawn structure, but we have knight against knight. And now the difference is a good placed bishop against bad placed knight. Hope so you understand the difference between, and that now white is having huge chance to win this endgame. We can check out a little bit how, but just it's more space for the bishop, I believe. So whatever you're doing, even bishop against knight will be totally winning endgame, because the pawn majority of white is not on the king side where we have double pawns, ugly double pawns. The pawn majority of white is on the queen side part, 4 against 3. So that's why it's much better for white. It's very easy conclusion, I believe. So same pawn structure, but different kind of endgame. Bishop against knight. That has to be his final goal. Yes, it's kind of draw or lose for black, but more close to the lose, because bishop is stronger in the totally open endgame. Plus, don't forget about extra pawn is still on the board. Okay, let's take a look at the game. Bishop f4 is definitely a mistake, and I could say that this is gonna be final move to reach the draw, because after this simplification, it's white should go totally into the defending mood, and I'm really sure how he should organize his pieces. He has plenty of weaknesses. After c3, plenty of weaknesses. Even now Magnus is slightly better, incredible. And all because white give up the bishop on e3. So maybe the conclusion here gonna be that white shouldn't give up the bishop on e3. Shouldn't give up the bishop on e3. High and dry. Okay, rest of the game is not so exciting. That's why I was focusing about one of the most important moments where Nepo could be better. 6b3 by Magnus, incredible. Now position is even instead of extra pawn for white, and I can start playing for black. Yes. So rook d7, still some more temples, followed by this, maybe knight f4, knight c4, rook e7. Nothing special for the both colors. Rook d7, knight c4. Yeah, no. Engine. I suggest knight g3. I don't know about bishop g5. You can follow first line of the engine. I'm following myself that the better placed knight gonna be on g3. more maneuvering, more flexible, and going to the totally different endgame. Hope so you understood this little difference between these two kind of endgames. Push tournament is coming. We have time, don't worry. It's about hour and a half. Okay, this was the draw. I'm hurry up to go to game number 2. There we go. Hope so you enjoy with my analysis about game 1. We can check out the moment where the boy mentioned, yeah, there are several moves here. Just the conclusion is that this move is the final moment where Nepo could have anything more than draw. Bishop g5? I don't think so. It's showing that knight g3 is one of the best. The other opportunities, knight c3. But I believe the knight was little before on c3. Here we go. So why I should go back to c3? Well, what the hell is doing on c3? Just this availability. So you're searching for more opportunities in front of you. That's why g3